All right, we're heading up to the high desert again, just about up to the El Cajon Pass. It's about 4 o'clock. We're gonna do a little hiking, flipping before it gets dark. Once the sun starts to go down, we'll get on the road and do some night driving and see what we can turn up. Thought of all those critters out there cruising around. Without us there to find them was too much, so here we go again. All right, stay tuned and we'll see what comes. These are fast. It's a western patch-nosed snake. Really cool whitewash pattern. They're almost like racers. They're super fast, active during the day. You can find them go racing around. And I don't know why it is there's so many snakes in the desert that have nose in their name. Patch-nosed snakes and long-nosed snakes, shovel-nosed snakes. What else is there? Spotted leaf-nosed snakes. Maybe we'll see a few more of those tonight. This guy's awesome. I guess they could be a little bit more creative with their common names. But anyway, there's the patch on this patch-nosed snake. Helps them when they're digging around. Like all desert snakes, they spend a fair amount of time under the ground. But they're super fast. Really cool. Anyway, that's the first one of the trip. Hopefully many more to come. Watch how fast this guy takes off. In a flash. So cool. The habitat out here is just incredible. So many places to look and so many places to hide. What a view though. Hopefully we can turn some stuff up. Okay, we just came across this guy. He's just sitting right out of the sun underneath this ledge up on this rocky hillside here. It's a speckled rattlesnake, and these things are highly variable depending on where you find them. I've seen them when they're almost like granite white on white rocks in certain areas. Other areas are real dark, other areas peach with a lot of patterning. This one is like almost patternless. It's just like a really light rusty red throughout. There's hardly any blotches or anything on it. It's pretty sick. Check this out. Calm down, buddy. We aren't quite in Panamint country yet, but it almost looks like a natural intergrade between a Panamint and a speck. I'll be the first one to admit that I do like handling rattlesnakes, at least to some extent, but when I find them like this, just perfectly tucked away, not out really moving around, we're going to leave this one be and just let him enjoy his evening here. We're finding all sorts of kangaroo rat poop around here. This thing's obviously pretty well fed and happy where he is, so we're going to take a couple pictures and just leave him be. What a beauty. Well, I found a big old pile of junk out here. Old trash and whatnot. A little late in the season for flipping, really. Might find a few things under it. We're gonna flip it all regardless. There's an old couch. Might try to refurbish that one. The tiny but mighty night lizard. Only thing that seems to be living in this trash right now. Hey dude. Well, we were just starting to feel a little bit discouraged. We hiked a lot, only 2 snakes. Been driving through this rocky road, almost getting stuck and turn around. We just rolled up on this though. Oh, what a beauty. There it is. That's kind of the pinnacle of what you can find out here. Look at that. Beautiful rosy boa. Hey, buddy. All right, we finally got ourselves a rosy boa. That's what we're really hoping to find out here tonight. These things are awesome. Real slow moving, just kind of docile by nature. This one's maybe half full grown. And really stoked to find this guy. It's kind of one species here, they've called it now. In California, it used to be you had coastals and then the deserts. And there's so much natural variation with these things. And during the 90s, rosy boas were super hot on the reptile market, and a lot of them were collected out of the local deserts here, and it would be all about locality, you know, where you caught it, what road you caught it on, and the difference in color really depended on where you caught it. Some of the standouts like Pioneer's Town and Whitewater and Dome Rock and all these specific localities where if you had a rosy boa from that general area, it would look generally the same, and then you might, you know, travel 15 or 20 miles and they would look quite a bit different. So it's really all about locality on the rosy boas as far as their color goes. We're here kind of near Barstow and Victorville area. So it's kind of a funny thing for me because I've been breeding and keeping reptiles since I was a kid, and this is one that I've kept and bred, and I don't currently keep them, but we're not out here to collect right now. It's great to see them in the wild, and it always kind of raises that question for me too of whether they should be in captivity at all. It's cool to find them in nature too. It really is. So we're gonna let this guy get on his way and go wherever he was planning to go. All right, buddy. Please stay out of the road and stay away from birds. Probably never be seen again. Put on an amazing threat display. Hey, buddy. Hey, you're okay. You're okay. And if I wasn't holding his tail, he'd be rattling and everything else, carrying on like he was an actual rattlesnake, but he's actually not. He's completely harmless. If I put my hand out there, he'd certainly strike. He might even do a mock strike right now. But look how he rears up like that, really doing his to imitate one of the rattlesnakes that we have out here. He looks really scary for sure, and they even triangulate their head. As soon as they get really mad, they'll dislocate or stretch out the rear of their jaws to make their head look more triangular like a rattlesnake. Look at that defensive posture, just really standing up, super defensive, hissing, making as much noise as possible. Slowly backing away, look how it's just slowly backing away to try to get to some cover. That is pretty cool. He is not happy. All right, buddy. Hang loose, man. Stay off the road. Jeez. That's what I get. All right. I love sidewinders, especially little tiny ones. He's just got a little tiny nub for a tail. He can't even make a rattle. Oh, he's a little agitated now. He's a little agitated. He doesn't love me being right here. When they're first born, they just start out with a tiny little nub. They have to shed in order to get each rattle. So every time that they shed, they're going to create another link in their rattle. So he's only shed a time or two. He's got one tiny little nub there for a rattle. He's rattling his tail a little bit, but it's not even making a sound. Come on, dude. Sidewinders are great. Anyway, we'll let this guy go and get on his way. Hold on there, Turbo. All right, buddy. See you later. Okay, dude. Be safe. Stay off the road. All right, we were just cruising along, came across this little desert horn lizard here. I was kind of like, what the heck is this thing doing out here in the middle of the night? And what happened was he got ran over earlier today. You can see his head's kind of smashed. He's sort of walking around real funny. And this is just a reminder to you guys and anybody out there, when you're driving along a road at night, especially one that's surrounded by some wilderness, slow down, look where you're going. I know sometimes it's impossible if something runs out in front of you, you don't see it till the last minute, whatever. But this is a big part of people herping at night. We find a ton of stuff dead on the road. This guy's not dead yet, but really there's just nothing I can do for him. Even if I could take him home and try to nurse him back to health, horned toads don't do well in captivity. I can't feed him ants, so I'm gonna leave him here and maybe he'll come too. But he's definitely hurting here. So you guys got to be careful out there driving around, and all of you guys out there night driving around. I know we see a lot of dead on road stuff. It's just such a bummer. This beautiful little horned lizard is probably not gonna make it. Okay, so we were just having a little bit of a lull on our night drive. We drove around for probably 45 minutes or so, seeing nothing on the road. So I'm like, let's just pull over and walk through the desert a little bit, stretch our legs. Came across this guy. This is a little shovel-nosed snake, Mojave shovel-nose. absolutely gorgeous. These guys are very secretive by nature, usually only coming out at night. And they love it in the soft sand. You can see their little flat nose. That's what they use for digging around, and you'll find these guys in an area with real soft sand. They can eat a lot of different things. They'll eat even invertebrates and stuff, scorpions, centipedes, different bugs. What an absolute gem. That is a gem for sure. Later, dude. Alright, we just cruised up another one of these sidewinders. Just cool looking. Always cool to see them. Check them out. Dude, you alright? See, you don't have to rattle. It's cool. Oh, I guess you do. Okay. Off you go.
I am not doing that.
See you later. Alright, now what herping in the desert is really all about is being prepared for anything. First off, we went over some whoop-de-doos. Broke our battery strap, which crossed over and then shorted out the rest of the car on the battery. So then our grounding wire here burned up on us. So we just MacGyvered it. We found this old piece of metal right here off of a mattress, bent it to go ground our new grounding wire right there. Let's see if this sucker starts. We've been working on it for the last 20 minutes. Come on, baby, come on! Oh yeah!
Yeah.
MacGyver. Let's go home.